Hey Josh, do you sometimes feel alone?
A little bit, sometimes.
Wake up, Kevin.
Dude, did you guys see the latest video that Edgar made? Ooh.
Also known as the Cassandra video.
Yes. Like,
Yeah. You're gonna give me a try.
Yeah, we've been on drywall a little bit longer than we anticipated. We had some interior walls and it was a little bit more drywalling. The plan today is just to make sure we have all of our drywall done and all of our screws are all the way in so that we can go back and put tape all over our seams and then eventually get started on the texture. Definitely just been trying to keep a sharp blade in my razor because we've been making a lot of cuts on the drywall and it dulls it pretty quick. So I've been trying to do that. I'm just looking for spots where there's like screws missing, like right here, there's a few. See how they're just not in the stud yet for whatever reason. So we'll probably, if we don't fix that, we'll probably get called out on it eventually. So it's better just to put them in now and make sure all of our spacing's in now. That way they don't have to go back and tell us twice, because it's just more work to have to be told to do something twice. So this is a tool for the corner bead, and it pretty much, it works by this being activated, and then these teeth like clamp on the edges of the metal in there. So when that gets hit with the hammer, it like clamps it down into the drywall like that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool tool. It's fun to use also. I don't know the exact name of it. Dylan, do you?
Corner bead tool.
Just pretty much a corner bead tool. Could also be called a bond tool.
You hear that, Dylan? A bond tool.
Do you think bond tool is a trademarked?
I don't know. It could be. Yeah.
Are they all called bond tools, despite the?
Bond tool.
Yeah,
Bond tool is at
tool.
Lowe's.
That's
Corner bead tool.
Cinch on corner bead.
Clinch on corner bead
Clinch on,
tool.
rather.
Also has many names.
Clinch on.
I think it's probably like a clinch on corner bead.
Yeah.
I just keep my tools I'm gonna be needing for the day. I usually don't even bring these out of my locker, but it's about time to get them out. I could be using this just to check for the screw depth, make sure that they're all, it's a scraper tool, so I'm using it to scrape the screws just to make sure that they're all the way down. Because pretty much if they're not, I'll know by scraping this and seeing. I feel like that one could go down a little bit more. But it's pretty important to do this because if we don't, then when we put the tape, the drywall tape on, you'll be able to see where the screws are and they'll kind of poke out and it doesn't look good. I put all these in myself, so like when I put them in, I know that they're good. Like they're in. But there's a few that I found that I could put in a little bit more. Jordan was checking these yesterday. I think he found most of the ones that needed to go in a little bit more. This is the tip that is needed to put in the screws. Yeah, it's a Phillips number 2 tip, but it's for the drywall. So this piece that's around the actual tip for the screw is kind of like it protects it from the screw going in too far. Because if the screw goes in too far, then it just kind of breaks the drywall. But anyways, I have this set on like a 6-inch extension, just because it makes it easier for me to just, while putting in lots of screws, it just makes it easier. So you could see this tip makes it pretty easy while using the impact to put these in, and I could just kind of just put them in as far as I want, but they won't go, because I could impact it like as much as I want, but it's not going to go in too far. This, we want this little gap here because that's where the mud goes. Because we put tape over the edge right here, and then we put mud over that. So we want to have that little gap right there. So he was just going through and kind of checking and inspecting our corner bead all around where we put it.
That's amazing that you can use that thing for the corner bead as well.
Yeah, also a good tip that he just let me know that I didn't know prior to him coming in here was we can actually use drywall nails on this, like on the edges if we can't get it to set all the way. Like there's a spot over here where we might put a few right here, or like this spot where it kind of moves a little bit. Yeah, overall so far so good. I still got some stuff I got to do, adding some screws in on the baseboard, so I'm going to keep working on that, but overall so good. While I'm putting these in, I just try, because this first one didn't go in very easily, because that was a little too crooked like this.
Yeah.
Like my angle was a little bit off. So when it hit just put it in a little bit lower and straighter.
Okay.
So it goes more directly into the stud behind the drywall, or the bottom plate. Because it's 1.5 inches. So I know that if I just go like 3/4 inch, that'll be directly in the middle. That's what I'm aiming for, is 3/4 inch. Just making sure that when putting in the screws that don't go in too far, because I'm using the impact today, so it's easy to if I'm not careful, I can put the screw in way too far and break the edge of the drywall. Missing some upper screws right down here, and it's hard to get them to even go in without a ladder. It's just, yeah, it's mostly inspecting and just making sure to have all of our screws in now that we're trying to get our drywall finished.
What's the big takeaway here? Is the big takeaway, double, triple check the work?
Yeah, yeah, always doubling and triple checking my work. It's just easier to not have to be told twice, in my opinion. So that's why I try and just get all the screws in so that they don't have to go back and like tell us, oh, you need more here, oh, you need more here, or you need more over there, or whatever. You can just say, yeah, you're good. They'll walk through and kind of inspect it once, and then make their job a little bit easier for them. Hopefully.
So it
That's the
sounds
goal.
like a lot of that is based upon somebody such as yourself or anybody else being cognizant as to whether or not you're doing it right as you're doing it, right?
Correct.